Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video. Today we are checking out some of the JADesign fire vehicles. I reached out to them because I had some friends who have used their vehicles and their EUP packs quite often. I was like, hey, I would love to check this out and kind of just showcase it. Would you guys be willing to let me borrow a copy for a little bit? So they said yes, and it is great to go ahead and showcase this today. The video is not sponsored. I do not get a cut of this. They're not paying me. They don't have creative control over this video. All they did was give me a license to go ahead and try out these vehicles. So thank you so much to them for doing that. Hopefully you find them interesting. But there's 3 vehicles for the fire department we're doing today. And then in the next video in a couple days, we'll go over the police and security side of it, followed by one big video, which I've been working on for a little bit, for EUP, which adds a bunch of EUP back. So stay tuned for 3 videos coming out shortly. Kind of on their stuff, and I got lots more in the working, including Night Studios, MDT for first emergency response simulator and all that. So lots of videos coming. But anyway, let's focus on these today. They have 3. They have the Command SUV, very cool. They have the engine, which is awesome as well. And then they have a working ladder truck, which I find very interesting. It's always good to have a ladder that actually works. So that is pretty cool indeed if you ever want to mess with that. Pretty simple to install these. What I did is I went to my resources folder. I made a little bracketed folder called JADesigns. And in here, you can see I have the 3 folders. These are pretty easy to get. For the engine and the ladder truck, they're drag and drop. You just go into here, vehicle files, find the one you want. I went with the chrome rims and just dragged it into the folder, renaming it, removing the chrome rim part. And then for the fire SUV, this one did not have a drag and drop, but it's pretty simple. It had the vehicle files and it had the data files. You just create a folder, create a resource.lua file that looks exactly like any other resource that you ever, or any other vehicle you ever installed with meta files. I have a video on this. If you are interested, I will leave it in the link below in the description. I'm not going to go over how to install vehicles because at this point, I'm assuming you know how to install vehicles on your server. So it's pretty much drag and drop other than just using these. And then the vehicle spawn names are what the folders are called. So it's pretty easy to spawn them in game. So if you're familiar with installing vehicles and everything, that's awesome. I kind of want to showcase the in-game part because that's what our YouTube analytics shows is actually the most popular parts of my videos. So let's take a look at the in-game. Here are all 3 of them parked on the road blocking traffic, just like the normal fire department does. You can see that they have pretty cool light patterns and everything. Why don't we go ahead and check out the engine first, because that's a cool one. So the engines allow for vehicle options, and those vehicle options are going to be vehicle extras. And just like other resources and other vehicles you may use in the past, they're pretty easy to figure out. Extra 5 obviously is going to, you just look around and see if you can find anything. For this case, I can't see anything. Perhaps you can see something. Maybe it's a light. Oh, it's the front thing. So you can see that front emergency light there that spins around. That's popular in a couple engines across the country. If you want to add that, that is an option there. Let's see, extra 6 is the light on the side there. So if you want that side light on or off, you have extra 6. Extra 7 would be the other side light. So if you're on a scene or something and want to turn it on, there you go. Extra 11, let's see if we can find it. Is it something that we're going to need to have the lights on for? Perhaps we will. Let's see if I turn the lights on. Okay, so it's that back light bar back there. So extra 11 will turn on the warning lights in the back. Extra 12 is just a slower warning light pattern. I kind of like extra 11's pattern. So with those 2, the front light on and the back light on, I think that looks better than just having without those. Maybe you guys have a different thought about it. But I like it. Let's drive around the block with it, see how it handles. It should be pretty easy to drive, just like the in-game vehicle does in other cases. So obviously this would be for if you have fire departments running on your server, and I'm going to throw these vehicles into my emergency response simulator configuration files later on. So these will be the vehicles that respond when I'm requesting assistance from any of the AI. So it handles pretty well. You can see it's driving pretty well. Sirens and everything are obviously going to be whatever your server has set up for those. So in this case, I just have the default sirens set up. Nothing crazy. And it's a pretty cool engine. So I'm going to park this off to the side. And then we're going to take a look at the command vehicle. And then we're going to take a look at the ladder. Because the ladder is the probably coolest part of these packs. We'll go ahead and pull up here. Very cool. All right, let me close this door. And let's take a look at this command vehicle. So a lot of departments, battalion command, battalion chiefs and everything have their own SUV. Some departments even give chiefs undercover SUVs like this just to roll around and to take home and everything. So it's pretty cool. It has a cool interior, obviously. It's just like a brand new SUV. And then the trunk actually has all the command stuff. So if we go ahead and open the trunk. Come on, game. Where's there? There you go. So if we go ahead and open that trunk up, and the extras in terms of this one, I have all of them on. They're going to be the extra light bars. So if I subtract all this, you can see it doesn't have the bottom lights or the top lights anymore. If I add all this, all of those lights get put into the car. So that's what the extras are in here. But if we go ahead and open the doors and I open the trunk, there we go. We can go ahead and take a look at the trunk. So you got your first aid supplies. You got your paper and your like command maps and everything back here. So you can have this open at an incident and be working in and all that good stuff if you want. Pretty cool. Let's drive this thing around the block, shall we? I should probably close the trunk. There we go. So in terms of handling, pretty much simple handling to the other SUVs in the game. Not much difference if you've ever driven one of those other SUVs. Vehicle handles pretty well in terms of that case. Not flipping, not having any problems. So it seems to drive very well. I like the design of it too. And obviously you can change the color. So if you want this to be fully red, you can go ahead and change it fully red. They do have a livery for a kind of a ghost vehicle here. So you have the Ghost Fire Department logo on it. I actually don't like the ghost look of this. But some people do. Some people really love ghost vehicles. But, you know, it's kind of personal preference. Obviously, you can change the liveries and then change the colors. So, if I go into vehicle options, vehicle colors, primary color, you could do like Formula Red. Looks pretty good, I think. I think that's a pretty good color for a command SUV. So if you ever need to do like a red, I would keep it as a red SUV. I actually really love it like this. So this is what I would consider my car, and I'm actually going to save this because it looks so good. So I'm going to save this as fire command. Just I already have that main fire command, just to keep that in there because it looks so cool. So that is my colored command SUV. So obviously you can customize this to what you want to do, which is pretty cool. Let's take a look at the ladder truck, which is probably what everybody here is wanting to see because it has a working ladder. You can see it actually has the exhaust pipe on the side and all that good stuff. So let's move this over to the side here. And we'll first take a look at the extras because I know that's what some people love taking a look at. So we go ahead and open up our menu here. Vehicle options, vehicle extras. Extra 2 is that the ladder pieces just being into the side of the truck as they are normally parked. Extra 3 would extend those out. So if you want to like practice extending those out. Extra 5, hold on one moment, would add the light to the front of the vehicle like we had at the other one. Extra 11, let's see what that does. That may be the back warning light, I have a feeling. Yes, so extra 11 looks like it's that back alert warning. And extra 12 is also that back alert warning if you need that enabled as well. So extra 3 would like be the one you would use if they were all down. Extra 2 would be if they were inside. It's pretty easy to control the ladder. You hold down H and then it will follow your viewpoint. So if I hold down H, you can see the ladder has moved up and I can move around the ladder based on that. So pretty cool, pretty easy to move, pretty easy to use. So if I hold H again, it's going to just go ahead and go back to normal. Pretty easy. Raise H again. Pretty cool. So I like how it is. You can use the hose. Whee! And obviously if you get out of the truck, the ladder is going to stay there. So I'll be able to jump on top of the ladder. Head up on the ladder. And jump on the roof for whatever else you may need. So it is a usable ladder, which is really cool. And obviously it's specific departments or something. You may use it in your own way. The only thing to keep in mind is the ladder will move directly with your viewpoint as long as it's extended. So keep that in mind in case you need if you have any problems with it, just know whoever jumps in the driver's seat is going to be able to control that ladder. All right, so those were the 3 vehicles that I was going to showcase in this video today. They are pretty cool. I like them. We're going to hopefully use them in upcoming videos, so you may see them around a little bit more. If you're interested in purchasing these or using them on your own server, go ahead and check out the link in the top of the description where all the resources are linked. I'll leave all 3 down there. They're pretty cool. Hopefully you did enjoy today's video, and I will see you in a couple days for the next one. Goodbye.